Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right. Happy New Year, kids, and welcome into a 2026 edition of the JP Peterson Show. Yeah, we are here. I'm barely up. That was a long day of football, Timmy. That was a long day of football. I don't know about you, but I loved a lot of it. Slept through a lot of it, I think, as well.
Oh, wow.
That was a college football. I think that's what we were looking for last year. We didn't really get, but the last game was just absolutely scintillating on so many levels. We're going to go through all the college football machinations, and now, welcome to Portal Day. That's right. We just had the greatest day. We had the greatest day in college football history, maybe, in terms of great games in the quarterfinals. And now everything goes to shit. It's Portal Day. So what a great sport. What a great sport. All right, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Bucs and the Panthers and what has become one of the weirdest games I think I've ever covered. It's just there's so many weird storylines in this one. We will get to all of them today. The Lightning get another big win. They just continue to roll. Half the damn team is going to the Olympics, which is fantastic. So there won't even be an Olympic break for the Lightning. Everybody's going to play, and that'll keep them sharp and ready to go for the second half. And hopefully.
And I have an issue with this American roster, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I have a huge issue with this American roster. This is why American hockey sucks. Only Canada should be allowed to play hockey.
Says the man from Montreal. Get out of here.
Because they don't know how to freaking pick hockey players. That's why.
I don't even know who our GM is.
How do you leave the number one American-born points leader in the league off of the Olympic list?
That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Jason Robertson of my Dallas Stars is not on the Olympic team.
How is that possible?
He leads all American-born NHL players in points.
By the way, I have to just share this with you. It's half done, but this was my buffalo cheese omelet that my lovely wife Ashley made for me this morning while I laid in bed and did hard prep work, watching Get Up and the rest of it. And she made me a Snickers coffee in a FanStream mug.
There you go.
With a little whipped cream on the top, a full buffalo cheese and chicken omelet with bacon and toast to get me.
Y'all have a spare room somewhere? I might need to just move.
And when I came downstairs, my computer was set up. Everything was set up right here by the Christmas tree that's still up.
So then maybe you should explain to all the Petermans why you were 2 minutes late getting on the air.
Well, that's a secret. That's a secret.
Oh, wait, never mind. So then I guess I'll overshare too, JP. Here's my breakfast plate. As a confirmed bachelor, no women living in the house. It's me and my teenage and adult kids. This is my breakfast plate. It's, of course, left over from when the kids were little, right? Obviously.
A SpongeBob paper plate.
It's plastic. It's plastic. It's
okay. Plastic. Yeah. Okay.
And I had on it.
Is it injured on the side there?
Yeah, it is. It's something.
It's got
one of the kids took a bite out of it when they were like 4.
And it still remains.
Oh, dude. Yeah. No, I love these. We have another one that's like Elmo. There's an Elmo. And it used to be like they would move. Like it's right. Whatever that is, where when you move it, they would move, you know. But being in the dishwasher for 20 years, that's gone. But I had 4 pieces of cheese toast, which is my normal breakfast when I'm doing the show from home. Because I don't have to. Yeah, which is basically an open-faced grilled cheese sandwich that for some reason we call a breakfast, or at least I do. My mom made them for me when I was a baby. So cheese toast is my favorite thing.
Okay. Yeah. So just regular bread? Any special
you toast it? Bread? I toast it, and then I put my cheese of choice on top of it. After it's toasted, then you put it under the broiler, and you melt the cheese. And when it's American cheese, you'll get, if you leave it in there long enough, it'll start to bubble up and it gets this little brown crust on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you pull it out. But I've got brie, I've got Gruyere, I've got smoked Gouda, I've got sharp cheddar, and I just mix it. Everyone's got a different kind of cheese on it, and that's my breakfast. That's my bachelor breakfast when it's quick. So yeah, there we go.
Well, that is my. Yeah, well, I think
I don't have a lady at home.
I think I won. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no question. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a contest. I was just trying to get some. Everybody feel a little sorry for me.
I won and Ashley won.
Yeah.
So I was lovely. I was just telling everybody about showing everybody my breakfast that you made for me and how wonderful you are and the coffee and everything.
My pleasure.
Amazing. Luckiest man in the world.
I can't wait to come to Tampa and have breakfast at your house.
Luckiest man in the world. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she tried to give me breakfast in bed, but I said, honey, I do have to get up at some point. Go do the show. But listen, we were gonna, everybody else is taking days off, right? But I said, Timmy, because you don't take any days off ever.
No,
you people don't know this. Timmy
I was in the studio for 12 hours yesterday on New Year's Day.
He takes no days off. So I even feel lazy around him, but I know most of the other locals are taking the day off, but no, we're here because it is a huge game tomorrow, one of the biggest games in Bucs history tomorrow. And at the same time, as you can tell in the comments, everybody wants the coach fired. I mean, we've had lots of pitchforks and torches movements on coaches, but I don't know if I've ever seen one with this much vitriol. And it's an interesting situation, quite frankly, which we will talk about because it's the huge subtext of this game. And we might as well just go ahead and jump right into it because everybody else is talking about it on and we'll do that. We'll do the college football, the lightning, all that stuff. It's all coming up. So sit back, enjoy your coffee, whatever you're doing this morning. And we thank you guys so much for making us a part of your morning, as many of you do each and every day. It is absolutely the reason we do this, and you guys are the best, and we love you. And Happy New Year and all that great stuff.
Happy New Year. And by the way, Rick's already in rare form this morning. Sounds like Ashley read JP's life insurance policy and is speeding up the process with that breakfast.
I don't know. It's kind of healthy. It's good.
Nothing about that sounded healthy.
Lean bacon? Good one.
As long as it's not turkey bacon, that would mean she hates you.
And here comes
Tally's coming to get.
Tally's like, did you say bacon? Did you say bacon? Come here. Hop up.
The show is off the breakfast rails.
Come here. There she is.
Stop. Is that how you feed Ashley too?
Tally makes an appearance.
I hope not.
Atta girl. And I can't even show you. I had to use this as a napkin, but she wrote me a little "I love you."
Yeah, I remember getting those notes.
Yeah. All right. So now everybody's jealous.
She cheated on me.
Maybe the big reveal's coming later today. That's why. But that's, you know what? And that's the thing. This isn't special. I mean, it's
every
special.
Day, huh?
She does it all the time. So, yeah. I'm the luckiest man in the world. All right. So let's get into Bucs Panthers as it's a game that happened a couple weeks ago, and the Bucs were driving for the winning score on the road, and there was the unfortunate interception of Baker Mayfield throwing to Mike Evans, who had turned around and headed the other way. We've gone over this 1,000 times. You guys can blame Josh Grizzard. You can blame Mike Evans. You can blame, many of you want to blame Baker Mayfield. As Dan Orlovsky so perfectly put it when he broke it down, it's just bad luck. These are things that happen in games. You can't blame anybody. It's just bad luck. And that's the way the game ended. But losing 7 of 8 down the road, down the stretch, it's an epic collapse. And we've never seen anything like this for a team to start 6-2 and beat teams that are going to win 13 and 14 games. Seattle, San Francisco, the Texans, the 3 of the best teams, division winners, number 1 seed, whatever you want to call them. and then lose 7 of 8 down the stretch is unprecedented. And the fact that they've even got players back is unprecedented. Go lay down. Go lay down. I hear you in the background. Go lay down. One piece of bacon does it. Go lay down. So yeah, this is unprecedented. I was thinking about it last night and going through all the games and exactly how has this happened. And I keep coming back to one thing. First and foremost, it is coaching. It is game planning. The players have pretty much stayed the same, except you're getting people back later in the last few weeks and obviously not utilizing them very well. And I look around the league and I look at San Francisco and I look at some of these other teams that have absorbed a significant amount of injuries, more so than the Buccaneers. And yet they keep winning. And you ask yourself, what is the common denominator here? The common denominator is good coaching and bad coaching. Good coaches find a way to coach around your weaknesses and attack the other team's weaknesses. Mm-hmm. And as I go each and every week, I ask myself as I watch the Buccaneers, what's their game plan? What are they doing today? What did we look at all week? What weaknesses are we attacking? And then you see something like running into the middle of the Panthers defense where Derek Brown is their best player. And not taking advantage of receivers that have come back and healthy receivers. Asinine game plans that make absolutely no sense. What are we doing defensively? Well, just pretty much just giving up the booty. Are we attacking teams from a strategic standpoint? Okay, they've got a rookie quarterback. Let's get after their ass. Let's get some really special pressure packages here, disguise coverages, and really try to mess this guy up. I didn't see that against Quinn Ewers. Did you? I didn't see that. No. And it's almost like complete capitulation. Capitulation on the coaching staff. The players aren't playing hard. It all comes back to one thing, leadership on this team. All of these things fall under the umbrella of Todd Bowles. And you can tell me till I'm blue in the face and everybody's blue in the face that Todd Bowles is okay. And none of that makes any sense to me. Having covered this team for 30 years, none of that makes – I've seen good coaches. I've seen bad coaches. I've seen good coaches fired. I've seen bad coaches fired, lots of bad coaches fired. I've seen teams disintegrate. And I know what this looks like, and I know what the problem is. And it starts – and it's not just Todd Bowles. It's the entire coaching staff. This offensive coaching staff has no answers to find ways to score points and scheme guys open. Because clearly Baker Mayfield, when Baker's playing superhuman, everybody looks great. Dave Canales looks great. Liam Cohen looks great. Josh Grizzard looked great early on this season. Oh, this guy's got it. And then when the injuries come, and it's not just when the injuries come, but when the adjustments are made by other teams, now you have to adjust back. And what have the Bucs been able to do? Nothing. That's why you're losing 7 of 8 down the road, because you can't adjust. You have not been able to make your weaknesses more be able to hide your weaknesses and accentuate what you're really good at, which is throwing the football to receivers. Even the run game, which was really good last year, has not been. And listen, I think you can do more with the pass game from a strategic standpoint to take advantage of, because what you see every week with the Buccaneers opponents attacking the Buccaneers linebackers. It's free money. It's free money. It's Bitcoin going to $1 billion. Just throw it to a running back or a tight end that's being covered by a linebacker. Any short passes, and it's a free 12 to 15 yards. And that's called coaching. That's called scheming. Where are you seeing that on the Buccaneers end? I don't see it. What was the game plan? And are there certain game plans where you see a team? Oh, they're trying to feed the ball to Mike Evans. Oh, they're trying to get it to Chris Godwin. And it doesn't work. The other team adjusts. You got to do something else. I don't even see where the only game plan I've seen in the recent weeks is we got to run the ball. We got to run the ball. You can't run the ball. You don't know. You are not good at running the football because your interior line is awful. You have 2 guards that are not NFL worthy, and they can't block in the run game. You've got to figure out another way. You got to figure out, and that's been evident for quite some time. Either try somebody else or try something else. and they haven't done it. So here we go again, up against a Panthers team that's going to come in here and do the same thing that they did a couple weeks ago. They're going to run the football. They're going to play clean and wait for the Buccaneers to make mistakes. And they probably will. And the Bucs will probably lose this game. And if the Bucs lose this game and they end the season losing 8 of 9 games, the way they've lost them and to the teams that they've lost to, that's the other unprecedented thing. You're playing teams with records well below 500, and you can't beat them. You can't beat them. I've never seen, frankly, a situation that screams for blow up the coaching staff like this. To even remotely think that Todd Bowles is the guy that's going to lead you to the Super Bowl. This is not, hey, maybe he can, get us to the playoffs next year and win the NFC, this bad NFC South. That's not the goal, or it certainly should not be the goal. You have to be asking yourself, is this coach worthy of leading a team to the Super Bowl? And I would dare you to find one analyst in college or in professional football, one that has covered this league that would say, yes, that's the guy. You can't, there's nobody in the national media that's saying, hey, Todd Bowles should be safe. At least I haven't seen him. They're saying he is safe.
Right.
If that's what they're hearing from management or whomever. I haven't heard that, frankly. But I know, Rondé Barber has said this. He's very much in the nose. He's as close to the Glazers as anybody.
Bruce Arians said it.
Bruce Arians, Scott Reynolds. Rick Stroud has said it on his podcast. Those guys are connected, all of them. So, and now this could be the Glazers just playing their hand, they're putting together a plan behind the scenes, and they're going to go poach somebody's coach, and they don't want anybody to think Todd Bowles is in trouble. That to me makes sense. That sounds like a smart Glazer-like move, much like how they got John Gruden. Although you could still argue that wasn't as smart as it worked out.
Yeah. If that Super Bowl never happened, how great of a move does that look?
Oh, it would have been a complete disaster. It would have been the worst, because what followed was not great.
Right.
Because you gave up 2 1s and 2 2s and a lot of money. The money's not that important, but yeah. So the only way that made sense is if you won a Super Bowl, and you did. You did something bold. Could have done that last year by keeping Liam Cohen and dumping Todd Bowles, but they didn't pull the trigger on that. So here we sit, and I just, for me, and knowing this fan base and having what I think is a pretty good pulse of this fan base in this marketplace, I've rarely seen it this bad as far as a fan base that is checked out on the head coach. And frankly, I don't blame them. I don't blame him, and it's well earned. As much as I love Todd Bowles, he's, we say this disclaimer all the time. He's as good a man as you'll ever meet. He's just not a great head football coach, and his record shows that very plainly. And what you've seen on the field this year, especially, and off the field, would lead me to believe that as well. Rick says, after watching the Raise the Flags documentary yesterday, there's no way the Glazers keep Todd unless he goes deep into the playoffs. He's soft like the team. And that's the other thing. This, it all seems, you're wondering, like, does Todd Bowles have another gear? Does he have energy left? Does he have something left that we think we could get to next year?
Does he want to do this for another year?
He certainly doesn't show that.
That's a big question for me.
Yeah. I almost wanted to ask him at the podium the other day, Todd, do you want to come back for another year? But I thought that would be disrespectful. I just want to ask the question I did ask. I know what he's going to say, but I want to see how he says it.
Like if they weren't in the position they are now and they had like a 4-game winning streak and they're scorching into the playoffs, I think you could ask that. Like, hey, do you feel like coming back for another year? Yeah. But yeah, the state that they're in now, you're right. That's probably a disrespectful question.
Yeah. So the one I did ask was, are you okay with the effort and physicality of your defense? which, by the way, any defensive coach that I've ever known worth his salt, or any coach or analyst that can look at that defensive play right now and say, oh, this is a defense that's flying around, that is physical. I think we can all agree that every defensive coach wants a physical, fast, hard-hitting, aggressive defense. We can agree with that?
Yeah,
right?
That's the goal.
Yeah. You turn on the tape of this Bucs defense, do any of those words come to mind?
It's the opposite.
It's the exact opposite. It is the softest defense I've ever seen. It's an embarrassment. Talking about raise the flags. And the players that played in those defenses, watching this defense, it's an embarrassment how soft they are. And it's evident when you put on the tape. And that's Todd Bowles' baby. And he says, listen, we're not tackling well, and we've made some mental mistakes, but they play hard. Do they?
I haven't
Do
seen
they play hard?
Month and a half, 2 months.
No, they're not playing hard, Todd. They're not. I've seen your defenses play hard before, and that's not it. Not even close. Now, obviously, the Glazers see the same thing. So as we go into this game, and it's a little bizarre. So now you have a game that's been moved to Saturday at 4:30, and whoever wins the game, we still don't know who's going to the playoffs. That is all dependent on a game that happens with the two lower teams in the division, who are actually playing way better football than the two, quote, top teams in the division, the Saints and the Falcons. And by the way, Chris Olave not playing for the Saints. And the Bucs have to have a Saints win to go to the playoffs if they win. And I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to beat them.
Right, but if the Panthers win on Saturday, they're in. They've locked it down, right?
They're
right. But if the Bucs win, they need Atlanta to lose or tie,
right,
to win the division to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, that's not out of the question. The Saints beating Atlanta is not out of the question.
No. And here's the most bizarre thing. If the Buccaneers don't make the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, they will be picking 19 or higher. Okay, 19 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
If they miss the playoffs, they could pick as high as 11th in the draft. Not only that, they will have a much easier schedule next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's in a team that right now looks like it needs a lot of help. Not only would you pick 11th in the draft, but you'd also pick 44, 43? Well, those numbers switch in the second round. The teams that have, if you had a tied record, so it's you don't know exactly what it's going to be. The thing is, you're going to be picking much higher in the second round, at least 10 to 12, 15 places higher in the second round, third round, etc. You have a much better choice of players that are going to be on the board in each and every round. And also, if you are in the market for a Max Crosby, you'll be saying to the Raiders, hey, here's the 11th overall pick, not the 22nd,
mm-hmm.
as opposed to every other team that's going to be in line for Max Crosby. So and listen, I never want to root for a team to lose. I mean, it's against every part of my soul, because you don't know. Those picks are crapshoots. Now, obviously, you're going to have a much better choice at 11 than you do at 19 or 20 or whatever it's going to be. I get that, especially when you're looking for an edge rusher. That makes a difference. The edge rushers that are available at 11 compared to 20, there's a difference. There's a difference because everybody wants them. Everybody wants them. And nobody needs them more than the Buccaneers, quite frankly. So everything, if you're a Bucs fan, everything points to we're better off if we lose. Because this team, if this team makes the playoffs, I'm sorry. You really think this team, even as bad as I think the Rams have looked in the last couple of weeks, you really think they're beating the Rams? You think they're beating Seattle, San Francisco, any of those teams? The last time they played the Rams, that was a non-competitive game. And when I say non-competitive, I mean non-competitive. The Rams could have scored 60 points if they wanted to. Matthew Stafford was so mad at Sean McVay for calling off the dogs because he knew he could throw for another 200, put up another 4 touchdown passes in that second half and cement his MVP resume. And they didn't get the chance to do that. And that kind of, I don't blame him for being pissed.
No.
And I think Sean McVay, because of probably his ties to the Buccaneers, having given him his start, maybe had a little bit of mercy.
Right.
Maybe out of respect for Todd Bowles, had a little bit of mercy. And whatever. Those are his deals. But the bottom line is the Bucs were non-competitive. And if you want the Rams to come in here and put up, because they won't do that in the playoffs. They're not calling off the dogs. If you want the Rams to come in here and put 55 up on Todd Bowles and make sure that he's fired, okay, I guess that's something. But it doesn't set you up like it would for next year. I'm not saying root for them to lose. That's not what I'm saying. Because if you get into the playoff, and here's the thing, and I've said this all the time, if you get into the playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. But I look at this team and I'm like, no, I know. There's no way this team makes a run. No way. Now, I understand anything can happen in the NFL. Anything can happen. But
not that.
Not that. I've seen a lot of crazy things happen in the NFL. Not that.
And look, I've for those of you that are fans of my every weekday morning Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz, 7 a.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern on the FanStream Sports Dallas channel. I've been touting the Cowboys on the same subject for a week but the Cowboys are in a bit of a different position because they're already eliminated from the playoffs. Right. So a win does nothing for them except lower draft position. And I've never been the guy. I don't even use the word tank on any of my shows. I say the dirty T word because I don't think that's a real thing. Players don't do it. Coaches certainly don't do it. You don't ever play to lose. And the fans that think that happens or that think that that's a real thing somehow in professional that's just ridiculous. It doesn't happen. But there is a way to organically dirty T word. And see, the Cowboys are in a position to do that now, and the Bucs really aren't because the Bucs still have a shot at the playoffs. And, for Dallas, it's more about it should be as they face the Giants on that dirty turf at the Meadowlands, or not the Meadowlands, but MetLife Stadium now. That turf has been known to hurt people.
Yeah.
And you want to send Dak Prescott up there for a full 4 quarters and maybe get him hurt before you go into the offseason or any of your stars, CeeDee Lamb, whoever it is. But I'm going to draft position with this. I promise. I'm not just talking Cowboys. But with the Cowboys loss and with a litany of other things happening with other games, the Cowboys can pick as high as 11th. And they have 2 first-round draft picks because of the Micah Parsons trade. But their top pick would be as high as 11th. If they win the game and another litany of other things happen with other games, they can pick as low as 22nd for their first pick.
That's a huge difference.
There is a world of difference between the 11th pick and the 22nd pick. Ask anybody in the draft that knows anything about the draft, that studies the draft, that projects the draft. In most cases, in most years, anybody below about 15 or 16 overall, they're basically graded out as a second-round player.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't always work out that way, but, for instance, Dallas got Micah Parsons at 12.
Yeah.
And you can look at all these guys that are late first-round draft picks.
Oh,
they don't play like first-round draft picks.
Yeah, you find, but just in general, there's a dramatic difference between 22 and 11.
Yes,
dramatic difference. So yeah, I totally agree. And nobody wants to talk about this, because it goes to the integrity of the game.
Yeah.
But for God's sake, you cannot make a case that winning on Saturday for the Buccaneers is a good thing. And what would be even worse is if you win and then the Saints don't win, you've screwed up your draft.
Yeah, now you're really screwed,
because of your record. I'm not sure if you still even finish in third. I'd have to look at how all the records shake out, because if the Falcons win, then you're at the same, you're tied with them, I believe. you're both 7-10. So I'm not sure, how that works. But anyway, it's not helping your draft position. And I just it's to me, I'm not rooting. First of all, I'm not rooting for them to win or lose either way. I'm an objective reporter. But whichever way it turns out, I think is going to be interesting. It'll be interesting for one more day of football season for all Bucs fans to be rooting for the Saints. The Bucs fans rooting for the Saints to win. How about that?
Dirty division football, JP.
That's just dirty love. Dirty, dirty, dirty love.
And look, let's go back a little bit here. Unless we probably need to take a break, don't we? Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's take a quick break, and I want to get back to we'll get back to the comments. All you guys are jumping in here early. We really appreciate you. So we'll do that. We'll do comments when we come back. And we'll also we got the most punchable faces in sports. You guys put your list in the comments. Who are your most punchable?
You have to exclude us. You have to exclude us.
Yeah, we're given.
Yeah.
You can't exclude. We're already in your top 10. We get that.
We're 1A and 1B.
But I don't want to see. I don't want to see that. It's too early in the year. All right, you guys load up the list. I can't wait to see who yours are. We got mine, and we got pictures as well. We are brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. Start the new year by heading over to Genesis of Tampa to get yourself a new car, a beautiful new car. They got great deals in January as well, so head on out there. They're a great company and have done so much over these holidays in the toy drives, getting you guys cheap cars, 120 days without payments, shopping sprees. Mike Murphy and his team over there are fantastic. So head on over to Genesis of Tampa. If you just got a Christmas bonus and you're looking to buy a car, you will not find better value in luxury cars than Genesis. They are the top of the line, folks. Fantastic. And the cost of ownership is so much less than some of these other luxury models. And that's important. GenesisofTampa.com. Back in 3. Stay with us. At Genesis of Tampa, they got some serious ho going on this Christmas. It's the Miracle Holiday Sales Event and their 30 days of giving. First, for any new vehicle in the month of December sold, first payment will be deferred 90 days, and then the dealership will make the first payment up to $500. That can save you a lot of cash that you can use for Christmas shopping. And every day in December, they're giving away a $500 shopping spree. All you got to do is have your car appraised, and you get an entry into the daily drawing for the $500 shopping spree. And every weekend day in December, customers simply need to stop by the dealership, scan the QR code, and they get an entry into the $500 shopping spree contest. No purchase necessary. Test drive a vehicle, and we will 10x your entry into the shopping spree. Christmas and New Year's Eve, each holiday, if a customer books a test drive for the specified day, they will receive a themed t-shirt, limited edition, as well as an additional $250 off the purchase price. Bottom line is, get your butt and your sleigh down to Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off 275. It's going to be a big Christmas at Genesis of Tampa. Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to ItalianoInsurance.com. JP here for Riveters, the official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. We're located just south of Ray J and Steinbrenner Field, so it's a great pre- and post-game spot, and the happy hour is amazing. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. Check out these specials. $3 Bud Light drafts, $4 domestic bottles, $5 wells, $6 premium wells, $6 cocktails like margaritas. That's unheard of. And the Riveters food is freshly made daily. No freezers. Happy hour food specials include $3.50 tacos and barbecue sliders. $6 you get edamame or chips with the beer cheese, which is amazing. $8 buffalo chicken dip, my favorite. The truffle fries, chili cheese fries, also $8 at happy hour. as well as other specials throughout the week, including Taco Tuesdays, you get $3 tacos, and Wing Wednesdays, 7 o'clock to 1 a.m. in the morning, you get our amazing wings, 5 for $5 and $5 wells and wines. That's a good Wednesday night. So if you're tired of the preppy, overpriced, generic sports bars, come see the amazing, friendly bartenders and staff at Riveters, where customer service really matters. Riveters, just south of where the Rays and Bucs play. We'll see you there. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years, where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Can't hear you, JP.
Right now.
Oh, there you go.
Now. Sorry about that, kids. We're just juicing up our microphone for a strong run to the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for jumping up and in the comments. We're going to get the comments here in just a second. We're brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. Boy, they had an incredible New Year's Eve party there. I told you guys to head on over. Saw some of the pictures and video. Oh, my Lord. Place was packed. What a great place when the weather's nice, because they got that nice outdoor area and the indoor area. It's beautiful. And great staff there. So anytime is a great time to watch games at Riveters, my favorite sports bar in all of Tampa, because of the hazy IPA that they make right there. Very affordable, by the way. You don't have to pay $10 a glass for your IPA. And the food is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Best wings. If you're a wing connoisseur like me and Timmy, you will love Riveters of Tampa. So head on over there. If you're going to the game tomorrow, you got a pregame at Riveters, right? We got a 4:30 kick. So you got ample parking there, so not to pay $50, $60, $70, whatever you're going to pay for parking. So you park there at Riveters, go in, have the wings, pregame with all the specials they got going on, $3 domestics, $5 wells, all that good stuff going on. And then you go up and walk to the game. Very beautiful. It'll be a beautiful weather. I did see there was a forecast for rain.
You guys and your rain.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be afraid of a little rain.
I know. Listen, nobody wants to go sit in a stadium where it's like they had to do for the Saints game. All right, let's look at the hour by hour forecast for tomorrow for Saturday. High is 70, low of 62. So let's go to 4 o'clock. No, rut row. 20% at 4 o'clock. 80% at 5 o'clock, 40% at 6 o'clock, 80% at 7 o'clock.
So we're going to get rain during the game, too.
During the game, it is going to be a downpour.
That'll even the playing field.
Nothing says, hey, let's go to a big-time NFL. Like the Bucs are fighting for a home playoff game. You would think this freaking fan base would be on fire. But the only thing they're on fire for is to fire the coach.
Well, it's hard with the way they've played to be.
I understand it. No, I'm right there with you. But I'm just saying, what a weird situation to be in. Like the Buccaneers have, if you total up all their home playoff games over the 50 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're maybe 10. I don't know. I have to go total them all up, but not a whole lot. And you would think that this fan base would be just insanely excited about this. Maybe the last game for Mike Evans.
Yep.
Maybe the last game for Levante David. They gave out 13,000 giving out 13,000 bobbleheads, Mike Evans bobbleheads for what may be his final game. But by the way, I think he was still playing. I don't think Mike's hanging it up, but it may be his last game as a Buccaneer. Because I don't think if Todd Bowles is retained, I don't see Mike coming back. Hey, we got a super chat, $10 super chat from Alex Dunn. Thank you, Alex. He says, there's no excuse to look even worse with all your talent than without. How are you 6-2 with everyone without everyone, and then you fail like that? Bad coaching, 100%.
So this is what I was going to address. Is early in the season, the 6-2 start. What was the biggest thing, at least in my memory, that we were praising about this team? It was their ability to fight through the injuries. We were amazed at the record because of who was out and the positions that they held. And all we did was praise Baker Mayfield for his play and putting this team on his back. And, 3 of those wins were just Baker Mayfield's willpower.
Yeah.
And I think early in the season, we got a little bit fooled that Josh Grizzard had a clue as to what he was doing because Baker Mayfield was playing so out of his mind.
Right.
And then fast forward, Baker Mayfield gets banged up. He can't be Superman anymore. He's struggling, and he can't overcome a poor offensive game plan, poor offensive game play calling, and the injuries that are along the offensive line and at other positions. And now we're seeing, I think, what this team really is with Grizzard as the OC and with a normal quarterback under center.
Right.
I think we were a little bit fooled early in the year because Baker was playing so far out of his mind. But now that he's come back to earth and he's banged up a little bit, I think this is closer to what this Bucs offense really is, and it's so disturbing.
Yeah, 100%. We've said this, and even when we were watching 6-2, we were like, man, we stole some games there.
Yeah.
We stole some games there. So when we get people back and we play the lesser teams, we're in really good shape. I think that was spot on analysis. So what happened? We got more injuries. I think the injury to Bredesen was a killer. And also when Detroit spied Baker Mayfield, I said it then, and it's been downhill since. Everybody else has done the same thing. They realized that Baker getting out of the pocket has been his secret sauce. He climbs the pocket and he makes plays. And when you keep him in the play and you make him play from the pocket at his stature, especially when you're getting pressure from the interior, which they haven't been able to block a twist in 6 games up front. They cannot, and teams just keep doing it. And because your guard play is so bad, and they have not been able to figure out a way to mask that. That's what coaching does. Get him out of the pocket, move him right, move him left, do something different. They haven't been able to execute it. And that's what this league is all. That's why coaching effing matters. Look at the Patriots.
Yeah.
Look at the Bears and Ben Johnson. Look at the Jaguars and Liam Cohen. Talent across this league is pretty even. Okay? Now, there are difference makers, obviously, and the quarterback position is inordinately important. We get all that. But when you have an offensive game plan and an offensive mind like Liam Cohen, like Ben Johnson, and to some degree, Vrabel freaking gets it with his OC. This is what matters in this game. And the Bucs are showing that they don't have answers. And this has been, frankly, a consistent refrain with Todd Bowles. It's up and down. It's wild, good streaks, bad streaks, good streaks, bad streaks. But good teams don't lose 2 games in a row. Todd Bowles does it all the time. So,
and when it's bad under Bowles, it is bad. Like that, there's not just little slumps under Bowles, especially this year. When things go south, they go south, like South America south. Like there's no Antarctica. Yeah, there's no like middle road. They're either really, really good or they're really bad. And to me, that's luck. That's not good coaching or bad coaching. It's just when you're good, it's luck. When you're bad, it's coaching.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
I've said stupider things.
Yeah. True. Bucs Skull Game says Josh will be the scapegoat. I think that's ridiculous, quite frankly. A first-year coordinator with all the injuries that they've had. I'm not saying he's done a great job, but if you're trying to point to him as the reason that this team is where they're at, look at the defensive numbers because they're really bad. And the offense hasn't been great. I get it, but he's not. I wouldn't say he's part of the problem. No question about that. But
do we know what the process was in the decision-making to promote Josh Grizzard?
Yeah, I mean, it was continuity. Baker had 8 different.
But whose ultimate decision was it? Was this a Bowles decision, Jason Light decision, or a collection?
I would say it was a collection. I think it was a collection.
And I'm not dismissing the hire. Like I still think it was a good hire because your goal was continuity. You're going to have a guy that's already in the organization. But the last 2 times that you've done this, you've gone outside the organization and it's worked out a lot better.
Right.
Your goal of continuity did not pan out.
Yeah, agreed. This from Aviation says, but hell, can't hate them for promoting their product. The SEC can't hate the hustle.
He had one right before that he was that references.
Sorry. It said, I've been saying the college football's landscape is much more level, regardless of what ESPN tries to tell you. Listen, parity has come to college football in a great way. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. Now every team can buy players, and coaching matters once again, right? By the way, all 4 of these coaches are Nick Saban disciples that have worked with Nick Saban. How about that? By the way, and I saw something in the coverage this weekend that was probably the best part of the whole damn thing, is Kirk Herbstreit, who I left off my most punchable faces list, but I'm reconsidering, saying to this man to the right, Nick Saban, all you conference commissioners, all you guys, when you get together in the offseason, when you go to your swanky hotel and do that, I'm going to waste a lot of money for my school on lavish parties. When you do that deal, bring Nick Saban with you, okay? I'll put everything on the table and fix it. Fix the calendar, fix the portal, fix NIL, fix it all. And they're going to need the antitrust exemption from Congress, which has been on the floor and needs to be voted on. Mm-hmm. They need that. And if they get that, they can do all the things that they need to do to fix college football. And Nick Saban said, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do it. Let's put it together. That was the best thing that happened this college football weekend. And it has to happen because the sport is in mortal danger. You cannot have all, and this is what looks like it may happen. Ole Miss is going to play in the Final Four. Okay? Their entire coaching staff is going to LSU this week. That's what's supposed to happen. Like, I can't believe that's happening. Like, how is that happening? And how is that right? And how is that okay? Like, that is just, you're not a sport. You're not a serious sport when you're doing shit like this. And we've got guys that are going to be playing in the final 4 games that today are going to put their name into the portal. I mean, are you serious?
Screwed up. Yep.
And they have to do it because that's the only thing that gives them leverage in negotiations. You're not going to get more money from the team, even if you want to stay. You're not going to get more money if you don't have the leverage of going into the portal. And a lot of guys will say, I just need to put my name in, for leverage. And nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that when you're playing for a national championship. It's insane. And the calendar's insane. All of it needs to be fixed.
So it's like if the way the NFL structured their season is if player contract negotiations had to be completed and signed or dismissed, like right now,
right?
Like as teams are going into the playoffs, right?
If free agency opened today,
yeah. That's what it would be like. Yeah. It's. And I know we're still trying to fix college football, and I think we're making steps in the right direction. I still think NIL is the right way to go, but you need some policing of it. But at the same time, man, you've got to fix the calendar and some of these other antiquated systems that they just let roll, and that to me, that's the biggest thing right now. You should have one portal period, and it should be in the spring.
Absolutely. And that's the other thing. This is not hard. If you can just get people together and get them to stop making every move they make in their own self-interest and start looking at college football as a whole, that's what needs to be done. And I understand Greg Sankey does not get paid to make the Big 12 look good or to make the Big 12 solve it. I get that. But they also have to understand that they're the kings of the sport right now, even though it doesn't really look like it on the field. They are the kings of the sport. They hold most of them. It's the main power brokers are the SEC, ESPN, Fox, and the Big Ten. Those are the big 4. Those are the people that are making all the decisions. And clearly, do they care about USF? No, they don't. They don't care about anybody but their self-interest and anybody they might be able to bring in expansion. They're not looking out for the Tulanes or the Iowa States. And that may not mean shit to you, but to all, when you talk about the health of college football, you want it to be across the board. It's important that Iowa State and Iowa and Arizona State and Utah, it's important that all of these brands are protected and still part of the game. And I think the Big Ten and the SEC, they don't care. They really don't. And they need to care. And they need to understand why. And that's only going to come if it's forced upon them from a collective. And here's the thing. It'll still be great business, Greg Sankey. You'll still have a great business. You won't have as much money as everybody else, but it will be a healthy sport. And what you're doing is killing the sport. You're killing the golden goose for your own self-interest. And you may believe that Georgia and Alabama and Florida, they'll all survive. And they very well could.
Yeah.
But I don't think in the long run it's good for the sport. And your sport could go away. And if it's left to remain like this, in 5 years, nobody's going to care for the most part. I don't think. I'm already, it's my favorite sport, and I'm already fed up with all of it. By the way, big news for Florida State. They Deuce Robinson is coming back. I have no idea why, but he is. but he has decided. Yeah, lots of. But he can make money in the NFL. He'd be a first-round pick. He probably is going to make more in college though next year. Yep. But he has a loyalty. He's a legacy player, and it's everything you want in a player. And the kid is absolutely phenomenal. And it's a program saver, frankly, for FSU. And Rawls, their fine corner who went into the portal, has been brought back. One of the players you wanted to keep. So, and I think they've had a couple more announcements of good players. So here's portal day. It's supposed to be a big day for Florida State. They're hoping to land a lot of good players. They need an entire offensive line. And I don't think Deuce Robinson would have come back if he didn't know who his quarterback's going to be. So it looks like, it looks like Florida State's probably going to land a pretty good quarterback. I don't think it's going to be Rocco, even though we've said that Rocco had a great call with Gus Malzahn and Mike Norvell. But the lack of knowing who the offensive line is and the fact their schedule is going to be pretty tough, difficult, more so than Penn State. I think Rocco's probably, he's set to go to Penn State where Matt Campbell, his former coach, is. If I were him, that's where I would go. But he's got options. I think Miami's going to look at him, and they'll obviously throw a lot of cash at him. So it'll be interesting to see where these players go. But that was huge news for FSU.
Yeah.
Huge news.
Yeah, and we'll cover a lot of the portal stuff going here next week after things are a little bit more in the clear as far as who's entering. And I mean, we know most of the big names, but we'll be covering all of that all across our network for sure. Big news.
Aviation says the Bucs are going to win and the Falcons are going to beat up on the Saints.
So it'll be a meaningless win.
That's going to be a perfect ending to this.
That's your worst case scenario right there.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. Hey, JS813, where are you? There you go. Says, Happy New Year to all the Petermans, except to anyone who calls.
Take that, Nathan.
Looking at you, Nathan. I'm not showing up to your tailgate party until you call them Petermans. How about that? By the way, he has something for you, Nathan. Not sure what it is. Good morning, Nathan. Speaking of Nathan, hello to all degenerates and trolls present. All right, there you go. Jason Robertson snubbed.
Yep.
Where I had that comment up here earlier. My comment thing is not working very well. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Play Blues Wolf says Baker Mayfield's 2025 season statistics include a passer rating of 91.9, 3,500 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Is that to support him? Look, all these folks that are talking about Baker Mayfield not being the guy, you need to get checked. You need to get checked because Baker.
You need to go look at what your options are.
Exactly. Go look at what the options are, and you tell me what's better. You tell me what's better than Baker Mayfield. I'm not saying he's Josh Allen. He ain't Patrick Mahomes. There's only a few of those. You can win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield. I believe that. But you need a lot more. He needs a lot more help than he's getting right now. He is not the problem. He's not playing great. That's not what I'm saying. But if there were better coaching, coaches, and players playing better, I think you'd see a difference. And he's banging. The other thing is, and this I'll put on Baker and the coaching staff as well. At some point, I would have sat him down.
Yep.
And here's the other thing. We don't know. Again, we don't know a lot about these injuries. All we know is he's had a ton of them. And I said it when he injured his oblique, and you started seeing some very errant throws. I mean, it's plain as day, folks. And you're going to hear after the season, it's going to be like a hockey press conference. Baker had a torn meniscus. He had a blown out shoulder. He had a left shoulder. And now his right shoulder, he's on the injury report with the right shoulder. He had an oblique. And you can't throw a football with a torn oblique. It's very, very difficult. It's incredibly painful. I mean, everything you do is painful when you injure your oblique. And there's levels to that too. Never had a chance says college is unwatchable for weeks at a time. Lots of bad matchups.
Disagree 100% with that.
Well, there are bad matchups. You get, you're going to get these stupid money games, which I think they should do away with.
As a whole, I believe college football is a much, much better product than the NFL, and it's not close. And I saw somebody, I think might have been Michael LaRue, had a comment in there that it's the opposite. I disagree.
Yeah, if you want to start pumping them up here, I'm having a hard time. If you see comments that you want to throw up, Tim, go right ahead. Well, here's one from Play Blues who says Bowles is the same coach he was in 2022. Those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat its mistakes. Fire Bowles. I don't disagree with that. He's an average, mediocre head coach. And if that's what floats your boat, Glazers, keep going with it.
Yeah, here's Michael LaRue. You know how I fix broken college football game is to stop watching it. The NFL is a way better product, better, smarter players and coaches, plus it's an even playing field for the whole league. I disagree with that 1,000%, Michael LaRue. I respect your opinion. I don't think it's any more even than college football. Now, you have way more college football teams than you have NFL teams. So, yeah, you're going to have
disparity.
Yeah, you're going to have some bad matchups from time to time. But I think as a whole, if you're watching SEC competition, if you're watching Big 12, Big 10, ACC, America, even the American, whatever, I think it's to me, it's more fun to watch, and it's always been more fun to watch, and it's never been close.
And I'll say this, it's way more physical.
Yeah.
Those games I watched yesterday, and you ask yourself, how many times did you see big hits in that game and go, they don't even let you do that in the NFL? There's way more big hits in college than you'll see in pro ball. Every time you see a big hit in pro ball, what do you say? You go, oh, crap, here comes a flag. Somebody got hurt. Like that shot on Gunnar Stockton that he got up from. Oh, my God. That would have been a flag.
That was awesome.
That would have been a flag in the NFL, 100%.
JP, here's a question from Nathan Elliott that you might be able to address. Why has Josh Grizzard not picked the brain of Tom Moore? Well, do we know that he hasn't?
Well, Tom Moore's been gone for a large part of this season. He's been attending to his wife. But I'm sure Josh has leaned on Tom Moore, absolutely. But, you can look at things and say, this is what we need to do. And you got to go execute them, and you got to call the plays at the right time, and you got to set them up. There's a genius and talent to play calling, and it takes a while to get there. And Josh will probably be a good play caller in his time. But right now, he's struggling because he doesn't have a whole lot of answers in the offensive line. I said this, I think, on Wednesday. Offensive line, if you don't have a competent offensive line, it's impossible to call plays. If you're getting penetration, you can't handle twists and stunts up front. You can't call any deep passing plays. It's very, very difficult. And it doesn't mean you're a bad coach. It just means you don't have the experience yet. And he's been put in a situation that I would say would test the Shanahan, would test even Sean Payton, the best play callers in the game. I think it would test him. And he wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for it. He didn't, and he's not getting any help from his defense as being complimentary.
And to that point, Hawkster7 says Josh hasn't progressed at all. His play calling screams that he doesn't know what he's doing.
Well, I would also say this, guys, and I'm gonna put it out to you. Doesn't it feel like Todd Bowles got involved in the offense when he said we got to run it 30 times against the Panthers? It seems to me
the explanation.
Yeah. See, it seems to me that Bowles went to Grizzard and said we need to run the football. So what is that? So now Grizzard's like, oh shit, okay. Now I got to run the football with these two guards. Like, okay, how do we do that? You can't.
And he's not experienced enough to be creative enough to get around the obvious runs, right? Like he can't scheme something to fix that, especially on the fly.
Right.
So, yeah.
And a lot of times when you have offenses that are struggling because of injuries, good teams manage those games. And that may be you win on defense. You think this defense is winning any games? If your offense is beat up on the offensive line, well, how about we lean on our defensive genius to come up with some game plans that win the games and take the ball away? It's called complementary football. Have we seen any of that? You're paying Todd Bowles to be that defensive genius. The numbers suggest that's not happening. So
Thomas Casper says Baker has a right shoulder injury now. It's on Bucky and the defense to get a W. Well, we're in trouble then, Thomas Casper, because that ain't happening because Bucky don't give a flying F what happens right now. And he's playing like it.
He cares.
You're not playing like it, JP.
But there's something different in his game. He doesn't have the juice that he had last year. And maybe he's still injured. Maybe he's still not at his best, but the whole, issues coming back with mental health seemed like that was a bit of a red flag, and maybe he's just not mentally into it. We had the situation on the sideline with Tristan Wirfs. One way I'm like, okay, Bucky's showing some fight. He's telling his offensive line, let's go. Although when I turn on the tape, it looks like Bucky's making a lot of bad cuts. He's trying to go backside all the time. You got to press the hole. You got to press the hole. And this is a big part of being a great running back, is having great vision and great feel. And right now, he is not in sync with his offensive line like he was last year.
No, and you can tell. You can tell by watching him play. So that begs the question, who's responsible for Rachaad White getting 2 carries against the Dolphins? Who's responsible for Sean Tucker getting 2 carries against the Dolphins? Now, it's not like they were running the ball a lot because they only had 16 total carries in that game. And Bucky had 9 for 19 yards.
Yeah. And one of them was a 12-yarder.
Yes. And so who's –
a lot of bad runs.
So who's to blame for that? Is that Josh Grizzard just not knowing what he's doing and not paying attention? Or is that Todd telling him, run Bucky, run Bucky, run Bucky?
Well, I'll say this. When you turn on the all-22, there's not a whole lot of space to run, but Bucky's also not making the first guy miss like he did last year.
Yeah.
He always made that first guy miss.
Or even before the injury this year. Yeah.
But a lot of times he's getting hit 3 yards behind the line. He's not even getting to the line of scrimmage because we got free runners, guys, just throwing guards around. I mean, if I'm going to run, first of all, if I'm going to give Bucky touches, I'm not giving him touches up the middle. I'm getting him out on the edges.
Yeah.
Where you got 2 tackles that can play. Your interior line is garbage. And if you keep trying to run up the middle against Derek Brown or anybody else, you're not going to – I don't care who the running back is. There's no room. And I'll say this too. He's running out of a lot of tight formations. Spread them out. You want Bucky to run, spread them out. Go 4 wide, open up your splits, and give some space for Bucky to run. 3 tight ends all condensed into a 15-yard wide package is not going to, especially when your interior line's not moving anybody, there's nowhere to run. So I think it's a lot to do with scheme. I think it's a lot to do with personnel, but it's not working. Do something different, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Let's take a break and come back, and I want to hit the college stuff really big yesterday in all the games. I see a lot of comments in here. College is unwatchable. Did you watch the Ole Miss Georgia game last night?
Apparently not, because it was late.
It was unbelievable. That was a fantastic football game. Now, Oregon, Texas Tech, some of us picked Oregon. Maybe not as exciting.
Well, and I will contest that was an exciting game for the majority of the game until late when Oregon kind of started to pull away because the Red Raiders defense got so tired.
Yeah, they did, because their offense wasn't doing squadoosh.
Exactly.
All right, we are brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance. It's the beginning of a new year, 2026, so a great time to shop around all your insurance. Do that because you're going to be getting all those homeowners bills and every other bill for your insurance, right? Beginning of the season, beginning of the year. Go ahead and shop them around. Just go to the great folks at Italiano Insurance. Call them up, 813-877-7799. Tell them JP sent you and said, I want to shop all my insurance products and have you save me money and make sure that I am completely insured. Up to 40% of Floridians are not completely insured or have enough insurance for their home. So they'll make sure of that, get you all the discounts you're entitled to, and find other discounts as well. ItalianoInsurance.com or 813-877-7799. Back in 3.
Holidays are the best time to get engaged because all the family's already together. And at the Golden Diamond Source, they have thousands of diamonds to choose from in their Jewelry Wonderland. Looking for a gift that says forever? Find stunning engagement rings, diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, the most stylish gold-fashioned jewelry. And there's plenty for men in their new men's section and watch department. There's something for everyone on your list. And don't settle for anything less than perfection. At the Gold and Diamond Source, they make it easy to give a gift they'll never forget. They wrap it up nice for you. You don't have to do any of that, guys. And they have a great staff there. You may not know what to get your lovely wife or girlfriend, but they do. Let them do the work. Hey, finance your purchase for 0% interest for up to 5 years. You could get a $5,000 diamond for only $84 a month. Don't go to the mall. Go to a local company and keep it local this Christmas at the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com. JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group. Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. JP here for Third Generation AC and Plumbing. And Third Generation really says it all, folks. The owner, my friend John Rodriguez, has been in the AC and plumbing business since 1995. They built their business on honest assessments and doing great work on time for a great price. Simple, right? Did you know many AC techs are incentivized on big commissions to sell new AC units, and you might just need a drain cleared? So if you want someone you can trust, that's John Rodriguez and Third Generation Services. Check out the 5-star Google reviews. If you have a plumbing or AC emergency, call 813-961-8024 and a human will answer the phone. That's 813-961-8024 or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Oh, the joys of broadcasting.
Did it again. I did it again. I'm back.
I'll just start bringing us back, I guess.
We're not in studio today, you know.
It's,
we don't
yeah, a
have
little
our
rough.
Whistles, you know. So bear with us, but we're here to try to entertain you, inform you, have some fun, and frankly, I miss you guys. I frankly, not you, Joel Forsland, who's always Mr. Nega, I'm kidding. We love you, Joel. But no, I love all you guys, even the ones that you get after me. In fact, I love you guys even more. You bring the drama. So yes, we are here. We're not perfect, but we're giving it our best. You know who's always there? The Golden and Diamond Source, Timmy. The Golden and Diamond Source is always there. They're open all the time. In fact, right now, the after Christmas sale, when they lock up Steve and Julie goes nuts and puts everything on sale, it's a time-honored tradition. It's happening again. So Steve will be locked up for a little while longer. Probably needs to be locked up for a long time. But that's a whole nother story. We love you, Steve.
It's a segment for another day.
So we got to get him on his show. It's been too long. He's such a great sports fan. So anyway, going on over to Golden Diamond Source. It's the after Christmas sale. Tons of great things going on. And so if you got some money, some cash, some gift cards, you want something shiny and beautiful and fun, go on over to the Golden Diamond Source. They have a great men's department, by the way, now. They've expanded it. Watches, bracelets, necklaces, whatever you like. Head on over there, the Golden Diamond Source dudes, and get you something nice. Buy yourself something. You're worth it.
Treat yourself. If you know, you know.
Treat yourself. All right, let's get into a little bit of college football. I was just reading that Ole Miss Georgia game was fantastic. And by the way, old Trinidad,
wow,
this boy can play.
He was playing D2 ball.
D2, God, no wonder Ferris State won the national championship.
They won a championship with, yeah.
Wrecking people. It's from a pure talent standpoint, throwing on the run, being able to throw from the pocket. He looks so composed. And who does he remind you of? Like, he's not as reckless as someone said Baker Mayfield. And I would say, yeah, it looks a lot like Baker at Oklahoma. And that's a good thing. He won a Heisman Trophy, right? They're very similar in the juice that they bring to their team. I think Trinidad's a much better athlete than Baker, and I think Baker probably has a little bit of a better arm, but he's got a damn good arm. The throws he makes on the road on the run are just insane. Pass,
who he reminds me of, JP, and this is only fresh in my memory because I just watched it. In Raise the Flags, he looks like a young Doug Williams.
Well, Doug wasn't as mobile as him. Doug was
but just the playmaking ability.
Yeah.
Like I didn't watch a lot of Grambling football in the 70s, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, Doug was a classic pocket passer. He wasn't running around a lot. He could, but he wasn't.
Yeah. He did with the Bucs a little bit because he had to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now he is. Here's the other thing. He's applied for another year in college, but the NCAA in their infinite wisdom, of course, hasn't ruled on it yet because, it's not like there's a portal deadline or an NFL draft deadline coming up.
And I will guarantee you they do not grant that additional year.
And if they don't, so he goes into the NFL draft, and I would have to say, is there a quarterback in this? Would I take him over Mendoza? I would. I mean, I like Mendoza. I like him a lot. I think he's got great touch on the ball. I don't think maybe his arm is as powerful as maybe it needs to be. I think he'll be a good quarterback. But I would take Trinidad Chambliss before I would take Mendoza.
I'd probably be on board with that. I'm not a Fernando Mendoza fan at all.
No, I think he's a really good college quarterback.
Probably a hot sports take.
Yeah, I don't know if that translates into the NFL. But anyway, I thought the games yesterday it was a little bit of good and bad. The Ole Miss Georgia game was phenomenal. By the way, Kirby Smart goes for it on a 4th and 2 and is a 25-yard line. His own 23-yard line, I think it was.
Yeah.
Ball gets snapped to Gunnar Stockton. Didn't look like he was waiting for it. It looked like he was screwed up. He said after the game that they weren't supposed to snap the ball there. That was supposed to be try to get him offside.
Try to draw him off, yeah.
Put it all on the coaches.
Well, the whole left half of the offensive line didn't move.
Right.
They were still in their stances. They were getting passed by the rushers.
Yeah, and he took that. He said that's all on the coaches. Yeah, that's a bad in that situation. Trying to draw him off sides, I don't think that's a risky play. So you just, you got to execute. But Kirby's got to take the blame for all that, and he did, as he does. And I saw him after he just, after the game, Kirby was like, "Listen, our guys played their asses off, played their tails off. It was a great football game. All credit to Ole Miss. They made the plays." And that's what I would say. I wouldn't, if I'm a Georgia fan, I'm not like, "Oh, this is on Kirby Smart." Bad. It's just like those things happen. It was a great game. It was a great freaking football game, and with some really talented players. I thought it was incredibly talented. The Rose Bowl, I thought, Jesus, Indiana, holy hell. They just them putting it on Alabama. And that was, even though the score was really lopsided, it was, it was a game in the first half. I'm just amazed at what Indiana is doing and the way they play. They are so freaking well coached. You never see an Indiana player like holding the ball out, you go, "Oh, you better put that away." Every time they get near contact, they have both arms on the ball. Like everything, their offensive lineman technique is so freaking good. Like everything they do, they're really physical on defense, super physical on defense. They're always in the right spots. You never see other teams, running wide open in their secondary. I mean, Kurt Signetti and that scowl, and it's funny when DeBoer goes for it on fourth down. Did you see that cutaway they had of Signetti? He's got the old raised eyebrow.
The eyebrow, yeah.
Like, wait, what? You can't even run the football, and you're going to go on fourth in this situation? He's like, okay. It was like a lack of respect that I think it kind of fueled Indiana. I really do.
Yeah.
And by the way, today, according to Paul Feinbaum, the entire Alabama football the fan base is up in arms about DeBoer.
They're up in arms all the time about everything. I'm so sick of Alabama fans. F you. F all of y'all.
We said it. Listen, we said it when Saban retired. We were like, okay, Alabama fan, welcome to the real world.
Yeah.
The automatic 11-win seasons, 12-win seasons are gone. Say goodbye to them. They are no more. You're going to be just like the rest of us fans, going year to year, hoping you have a good year. And you know what? You're not going to know how to handle it.
And every time you have a bad game, your coach is on the hot seat, like it should be.
Yeah,
you're not entitled.
Yeah, DeBoer has made 2 playoffs in a row now, or 3? No, 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
2 out of 3. And of course, one of them was gifted to him, where Florida State should have been. But still, and listen, I think he's a good coach. I think he's a real good coach.
Sure.
I mean, I wish you would have got Norvell instead of DeBoer, because then Lane Kiffin would have gone to FSU a few years ago.
Would he?
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, that's
you're better off now with Norvell
than Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Listen, I know you're not a Lane Kiffin fan, but Mike Norvell, are you serious?
Well, yeah, because he's going to leave. You'd be stuck with Lane Kiffin and a bad coach now for another 5 years.
That's what we are stuck with, a bad coach.
But you'd give Lane Kiffin more time than you will Norvell.
Well, Lane Kiffin would win more than Norvell.
Okay.
Listen, Lane Kiffin, since he grew up a little bit, since he left Alabama,
he grew up a little bit.
Well, we can debate that. I know I'm probably one of the few Lane Kiffin defenders, but I will not defend some of.
That's the guy you're defending right there, who may or may not show up on my most punchable faces list.
Oh, it's 100% probability that. Which is coming up in the last segment of the show, by the way. Yeah, so I thought the Ole Miss Georgia game was fantastic. Watching Indiana do what they do, and Oregon, I picked Oregon to win the whole thing, and I'm not backing off now. I love Dan Lanning. I love Dan Lanning as a coach. His team yesterday punched Texas Tech in the freaking throat, and I was gonna say I thought I've seen a couple of Texas Tech games this year, but they were both against BYU, and BYU, was not a great football team.
I know they were a pretty good football team, though.
Yeah,
I mean, the only 2 losses this year were to Tech.
I know, but who did they beat?
They're in the Big 12. Okay,
yeah, I don't think anybody beat anybody. But anyway,
I was curious to see what Texas Tech would be. And no disrespect, Timmy. I know you love the Red Raiders, but
yeah, but they're not a perfect team by any stretch.
I'm glad they were not able to buy a semifinal berth. They could get to the quarterfinals. They could spend your billions and get to the quarterfinals, but you're still going to need a better coach. You're still going to need.
Okay, let me stop you right there. I think the word better is not the right term because Joey McGuire's going to be a great college coach. He is very young in his career. I think the word you should use is a more experienced head coach.
Okay, that's fair.
Because Joey McGuire's got it. I'm telling you.
He ain't ready for the big time though.
No, he was not this year. And I agree with that. And now I do a Texas Tech Red Raiders podcast. And I said that going into the playoff that Joey McGuire might learn some new tricks here that he has never seen before in a college
and that's
football
part
game.
of the game. You know, that's part of the game. Experience. I mean, Nick Saban wasn't Nick Saban when he first started at Michigan State.
No.
You know, he made a lot of mistakes and you learn along the way, but whatever he did, he perfected. He perfected it, and every one of his disciples now runs college football. So,
and I'll say this about the Texas Tech Oregon game. You know, everybody, 23-0. God, what a boring game. No, dude, it was 6-0 at the half.
Yeah.
And then Oregon scored a touchdown late in the third. If not for Baron Morton having the worst game of his collegiate career,
yeah,
with all credit to Oregon's defense, I'm not taking any of that away. You know, and by the way, that's his last football game as a collegiate athlete because he's out of eligibility. And you hate to see a guy like that go out like that. But to me, that was an exciting football game because when you're 6-0 at the half, it's kind of like the Aggies and the Hurricanes. A low scoring affair like that's one possession game either way. You're one big chunk play away from taking over the game and winning the game on one. That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's an exciting football game. Now, the final score, because Oregon came back and scored 10 in the fourth, but to me, that's an exciting college football game. Somebody else will look at 23-0 and go, yeah, what's exciting about that? Or they'll look at the Aggies and the Hurricanes and go 10-3. What was exciting about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
well, the fact that it was 3-3 for 58 minutes of the game.
Yeah, those were good games. Those are dramatic games.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, how about Miami? We hadn't had a chance to talk about that. That was, that was a gutsy win. And you think about Miami, they got the defense to close it out. That's the thing. They had the defense to close it out. And those two rush ends, Bain and Mesidor are just, and the entire Miami defense, that's a championship defense. I don't think Carson Beck did anything, insanely great to win that game.
But he also didn't do anything stupid to lose the game. And that, to me, that was the key.
Yes. Because the games they've lost have been on him. Stupid interceptions.
I mean, he's usually good for 2 or 3 bad interceptions per game, and he did not do that.
Yeah. And Malachi Tony got a couple of nice bounces for sure. I definitely had enough of Michael Irvin, please. I don't know why the cameras.
I love Michael Irvin. I love Michael Irvin, and I'm tired of Michael Irvin.
Yeah. I mean, why do the cameras have to show the players who are doing things now? Okay. Can we, you want it 1-2 cup of cut? It's like freaking Taylor Swift. I mean, do we have to have 100 cutaways of Michael Irvin?
No.
I mean, whatever producer's thinking that's good, it's not good.
Maybe they were trying to show more Ray Lewis, but Michael Irvin kept getting in the picture.
Yeah, whatever. Establish the fact that they're there. And can we now concentrate on the players that are here now and playing? Yeah. Can we give them some camera time? Can we talk about those people instead of the has-beens? I know they're icons, but a couple of shots, I get it.
Were icons.
This obsession with having to show that a cutaway of Michael Irvin after every play. Get out of here. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
But yeah, so looking ahead a little bit, Ole Miss and Miami, 2 teams that weren't even supposed to be there.
Yeah.
To me, that's the best matchup that, you got Oregon and Indiana. And look, I'm not an Indiana fan. I'm definitely not a Fernando Mendoza fan. I I might be on the train now that's leaving town that's anti-Fernando Mendoza. Like, I might not just not like him. I might actually dislike him.
Really? He's hard to dislike.
No, he's not, dude. Hear him say 5 words in the post-game interview, and I'm out. I wanted to punch him in the face.
Why? He's the nicest kid in the world.
He's too nice. No, there is something wrong with it. He's too nice. Nobody is that nice. He is 100% fake. All right, and the way he looks into the camera when he's doing the post-game interview, dude, you are not freaking Chris Myers. You are not Kirk Herbstreit. You are not Pat McAfee. Stop looking at the effing camera when you do an effing post-game interview. Stop it.
Why? Well, you're really angry about that. He's such a nice young man.
He makes me so mad.
Yeah.
But there is no way Oregon has anything for Indiana in this game.
What?
There's no way.
What are you talking about?
I don't see it.
What are you talking about?
I'm just not on the Oregon train like you are. I'm not even. I mean, no. Dan Lanning is a good coach, and he gets the most out of his players.
Yeah. Two Saban disciples going at it in both semifinals. Yeah.
Man, I'm afraid. I don't want it to be. I'm afraid this Indiana-Oregon game is going to be like a 34-13 Indiana blowout, and I don't want that for a.
I think it's going to be great. I think they're both going to be really good games. Really good games.
So who are we? I know you picked Oregon to win it, but in your fan rooting heart, who are you picking? Like out of the 4 teams, are you still going to the Oregon? Like from your heart?
My heart says Indiana.
Okay.
I like this story too much. I like the Mendoza story. I like the Signetti story. I like that everybody's hating on them.
Yeah.
And they're just really good football players. They got, they just got a lot of hard-nosed football players that play smart football. They play disciplined football. They don't make mistakes. This is the kind of football I like. Hard-nosed, physical, smart football. And they got more playmakers than you think. And I love the story. I'd love to see them win a national championship out of nowhere. It's the most portal
okay with that
college football, NIL thing ever. Because that's the thing now. It used to be just the big programs could pay players under the table. Now everybody can pay the players, and it comes down to coaching and practicing hard and doing it the right way.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
The good programs are winning, and the shoddy program, the flashy programs, if you will. It's just it takes a lot more substance now.
So
it's not just 3 best rosters.
I'm kind of cheering for Miami because Miami
they're uncheerable.
I'm kind of pulling for Ole Miss because FU Lane Kiffin.
Let me stop you there. How the hell can you root in your heart for Miami?
Because they're a good story, man. They're a great story.
Miami Hurricanes?
Yes. How are they not a good story?
Because they're
not
Miami
even
Hurricanes.
supposed to be in the playoff.
Number one. What do you mean they're not supposed to be in a playoff? They were more deserving than probably 6 of the teams that got in.
I don't know about that.
And certainly more deserving. What, Notre Dame should have been in?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Vanderbilt got beat by Iowa.
They were a fringe playoff team to begin with, right?
That's because of the stupid committee, not because of what's right. Come on. They were the ACC. It's not for the idiocy of the ACC. They were the ACC champion. I mean,
number one, they were a 10 seed going into this thing, and I think that would be an amazing story for the college football playoff for a 10 seed to win the whole thing.
You think they were oh, come on, get out of here. Get out of here.
Well, that's the seed that they were given. I'm not saying that's where they should have been. I'm just saying that's what they were.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's just the seeding. They're if you were they the 10th best team in the tournament?
A double-digit seed had never won a playoff game before Miami beat A&M.
Well, I mean, we've only had double-digit seeds for 2 years.
Exactly. So Ole Miss, though, I'm kind of pulling for Ole Miss because FU Lane Kiffin. Yes, we don't need you to win our game.
Pete Golding is he's a guy to root for.
I like Pete Golding.
Yeah.
And Charlie Weiss Jr.
He's much more, I don't know about Charlie Weiss Jr., but Pete Golding, absolutely, 100%.
In Indiana, for the Heisman winner, as much as I want to punch him in the face with his Heisman Trophy and just bash his skull in every time I see him on TV, I kind of hope they win because I'm not even a big Curt Cignetti fan.
This guy in the world, and you want to bash him?
No, he's not, man. I'm telling you, he's hiding something. There's something going on there. In Oregon, I don't give two craps about Oregon. Like, they are not even on my college football radar, but I don't hate them. So, whatever. A Pac-12 team should not win the national title.
Well, they're not a Pac-12 team anymore. No,
they're about to be.
All right.
I love these discussions.
Ryan of the South says we'll gladly give you Ty Simpson in the portal. This is Alabama guy?
Oh, an Alabama guy, yeah.
You don't want Ty Simpson?
What's wrong with Ty Simpson?
We'll take Ty Simpson.
Heck yeah.
Over Tommy Castellanos? Oh, my God. Ryan of the South, are you one of those crazy Alabama people? Because if you are, I want you in my show every day. I want you to become a character in my show because we need crazy Alabama people. Look what it did for Paul Feinbaum. That guy's a national star. You guys made him a national star. How hard was that to do? Could you keep calling his show? You guys are way more entertaining than him.
This is my favorite comment of the day right here, JP. I've never had a chance 05. If I was terminally ill, my last wish would be to party with Michael Irvin for a weekend. He gets the best cocaine.
I don't know, bro. He'd wear you out. He'd kill you before you die.
Probably so.
He'd probably kill you before you die. I don't know. Is it so? It's not just. Come on, you guys are enjoying watching the Michael Irvin cutaways.
Calling me a hater? Why am I a hater?
You are a hater.
I hate Fernando.
You hate Fernando Mendoza. You're the only person on the planet that hates Fernando Mendoza.
I cannot watch him do another freaking interview.
Oh,
Tim needs to make Grumpy Cat his avatar. I don't know what Grumpy Cat is, but I'll look it up.
Yeah, world famous. What's this? Any other comments we want to get to?
The most punchable face is definitely Sean Payton. Why is that? Sean Payton's kind of a friend of mine. I've gotten drunk with Sean Payton before.
Yeah, I think he does have a punchable face, though.
Yeah, I don't disagree. He bought me a lot of drinks one night, so I'm not going to talk bad about him.
From a person that has a very punchable face, I would say yes. He's definitely in our category.
I need to pull that picture out of me and Sean Payton drunk on Bud Light and Fireball shots one night.
Well, you weren't drunk on Bud Light, I can tell you that. For Fireball shot,
after like 30 of them, it starts to.
I don't think you can get drunk with 30 Bud Lights, because by the time you get your blood alcohol level to that, you're pissing it all out.
I get drunk on Miller Lite all the time.
You can't get drunk on any light beer.
I get drunk on Miller Lite.
You have a real, especially with your liver and your tolerance. Ain't no way you can get drunk on any light beer.
It takes me 12 of them because I drink them like all in an hour.
Get out of here. Can't do it. It's not possible.
Slam my beer.
Get out of here. Not possible.
All right, we got to hurry up and get to our punchable faces because this is going to take a while.
Last break. Them coming back with your punchable faces. Have we had any nominees in the comments? Anybody?
Well, Sean Payton just came up. We'll have to look through them, yeah.
All right. Back in 3 with your punchable faces.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. At Genesis of Tampa, they got some serious ho-ho-ho going on this Christmas. It's the Miracle Holiday Sales Event and their 30 days of giving. First, for any new vehicle in the month of December sold, first payment will be deferred 90 days, and then the dealership will make the first payment up to $500. That can save you a lot of cash that you can use for Christmas shopping. And every day in December, they're giving away a $500 shopping spree. All you got to do is have your car appraised, and you get an entry into the daily drawing for the $500 shopping spree. And every weekend day in December, customers simply need to stop by the dealership, scan the QR code, and they get an entry into the $500 shopping spree contest. No purchase necessary. Test drive a vehicle, and we will 10x your entry into the shopping spree. Christmas and New Year's Eve, each holiday, if a customer books a test drive for the specified day, they will receive a themed t-shirt, limited edition, as well as an additional $250 off the purchase price. Bottom line is, get your butt and your sleigh down to Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off 275. It's going to be a big Christmas at Genesis of Tampa. Although it may seem tempting to go without health care insurance, the financial risk far outweighs the gain you may experience. For example, did you know if you simply broke your leg, it could cost you nearly $7,500? Put on top of that a hospital stay, you could be looking at $10,000 to $15,000. Ensuring that you don't go uncovered is so important, as according to CNBC, high medical bills are the highest contributing factor to why Americans end up taking money out of their retirement savings, or worse, find themselves filing bankruptcy. So go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. Now, depending on your income, you can get plans for zero premium. Our experts will guide you through the process effortlessly. They will shop many plans and find the one that's right for you. I called and I have full health coverage through Florida Blue for zero monthly premium. It's a free call. So why go uncovered? It's a huge risk. Go to don'tgouncovered.com or call 800-669-1505. That's 800-669-1505. You know, holidays are the best time to get engaged because all the family's already together. And at the Golden Diamond Source, they have thousands of diamonds to choose from in their jewelry wonderland. Looking for a gift that says forever? Find stunning engagement rings, diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, the most stylish gold fashion jewelry. And there's plenty for men in their new men's section and watch department. There's something for everyone on your list. And don't settle for anything less than perfection. At the Golden Diamond Source, they make it easy to give a gift they'll never forget. They wrap it up nice for you. You don't have to do any of that, guys. And they have a great staff there. You may not know what to get your lovely wife or girlfriend, but they do. Let them do the work. Hey, finance your purchase for 0% interest for up to 5 years. You could get a $5,000 diamond for only $84 a month. Don't go to the mall. Go to a local company and keep it local this Christmas at the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Ulmerton Road. Always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
Some love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, think about the greatest tandems in sports. Montana to Rice, Brady to Gronk, Baker to Mike Evans. Well, here's a new one. Third generation plumbing and American Standard heating and cooling units. Our split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. Third generation plumbing can handle anything mechanical around the house, plumbing, AC, whatever, and they install the best American Standard heating and cooling units. Built to last, made to perform. Whether it's a new install or an emergency repair, our family-owned team brings 3 generations of trusted service to your home, now with the unmatched reliability of American Standard heating and cooling. So don't wait for the summer heat to return. We've got you covered. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard Heating and Cooling, 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024, or go to thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show here on this beautiful January 2nd, 2026. It's 2026. Oh, my God.
Don't say that. I got a birthday in 4 months.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, can't believe it.
Big double nickels, JP. I made it. I made it to 55.
Holy crap.
Almost. I'm not there yet.
No, don't count your checks before they're cashed, pal. Got a ways to go.
Real quick before we get to our pay, are you going to do a read?
No, go ahead.
Couple of comments here I wanted to address because I'm not the only one here. And by the way, Horses for Courses says JP's a hurricane hater. It's a biased take. I agree with that 100%.
Oh, 100%. I cop to it. Yeah, you guys know me. I'm an
Josh B7815. I agree. Mendoza annoyed the crap out of me in his post-game interview. Yes, thank you, sir. I wanted to throw something at my TV watching him freaking do that interview. Aviation 1436. I can't tell if Mendoza is borderline autistic. Nothing wrong with that. or just a really caring, loving individual.
Look at that. You guys on the spectrum, and you guys hate him for being on the spectrum because he's nice. You are horrible people. You are horrible people, all of you. No, he does give me a little bit of that, And by the way, I totally embrace that. I think let's be honest, we're all on the spectrum. Let's just be honest with that. But, we've been poisoning our children for 40 years with 72 shots that were never tested. So, you got to feel very a lot of compassion for autistic kids. It's not their fault. Nope. We pack them full of heavy metals as children. Great job. Great job, America. Fantastic. Well done.
Horses for courses. Tim has 10,000 hours of alcohol consumption since no, way more than that. That was probably by the age of 18. I had 10,000 hours. That's nothing.
I would wonder what that number is for me.
Yeah, way more.
I don't drink much anymore, but I was a pretty good rager.
I drink enough for both of us. Bucs in
15 to 30 was a good run.
Agrees. The guy that's on JP's list, Brad Marchand.
You knew he's going to be on there. All right, let's get it going.
We both had a hockey guy. We're going through some of the comments of the Petermans here with it. Pat and Aaron from DAE says William Madden. John Hill, Bernie Sanders.
I really like Aaron. Aaron's a nice guy. The other guy, I punch the shit on him.
John Hill says Bernie Sanders, JP.
I'm excited about that. Absolutely. 100%.
Never had a chance. Kraz from DAE.
Bingo. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. JP left all of them off.
I used to like T. Kraz a lot. I think he's a talented young man, or maybe not so young anymore. I've always been a supporter of his, even when he wasn't of mine. But yeah, he's been an asshole lately. So yeah, whatever.
Buck in 0220, Nick Sirianni. Yep, he'll be on my list. As a matter of fact, he is number 1 on my list.
Is he really?
Oh yeah. He also says Alex Bregman. Yes. Although I would say there's other former Astros that are on my list ahead of Alex Bregman.
Yes.
Zach Wilson. We get a vote for.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Mendoza is AI. I think that's amazing.
There's
something to that. Rick says Stu face punch.
Can you believe I did not put him on mine? I didn't put it out of respect for the new owners that love him so much.
Yeah,
or at least publicly.
I thought he would be on your list, and he wasn't.
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf when it comes to that. I'm trying to just put that in the rearview mirror.
Mendoza plays great, but has the personality of a Todd Bowles defense from Never Had a Chance.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Tim Walls.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Texas wheelchair governor has a punchable face. That's Abbott. Yeah. Greg Abbott.
You want to punch Fernando Mendoza and a dude in a wheelchair.
Well, the dude in a wheelchair deserves it too. How about Liam Cohen? Yeah, definitely for me, Liam Cohen.
No, not me.
And then AI girl from last week. Where did she go? Joel said she's charging.
Who's the AI girl from last week?
Bella.
Oh,
it looked like she was AI.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, JP, let's get into ours.
All right, you want to go back and forth?
Now let's just go through yours and then we'll go through mine. Probably easier that way.
Instead of me naming the name, just throw up the picture. It's more fun.
All right. So you gave me a number of names, not in any order.
Right.
So I'll just go in order of the way that you sent them to me. Number 1 first on your list was this guy.
This is what started it all.
Yes.
We were just like, that dude, if that's not the most punchable face in sports, Carson Beck. I don't know who. By the way, we're not touting any violence with this whatsoever. This is completely figuratively speaking. All in good fun. We're not no, don't go out and punch anybody in the face. We don't want to. It's just that person you look at him and you go, "Oh my God, I want to punch him in the face." Yeah. But
number 2 on your list.
We do not. It's still violence.
And I don't know where this is coming from. This guy's never done anything to anybody.
Look Johnny at that football. Face. Johnny Football. Oh my God.
I mean, I'm an Aggie and I kind of want to punch him.
Yeah. The face of entitlement right there. And that's what it looks like. Get the hell out of here. I did watch him from the sidelines in the Peach Bowl one year.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most incredible incredible displays of football I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
That was insanely good. And I don't know what kind of drugs he was on, but they were good drugs.
All of it.
Really good drugs.
Next on JP's list, there's Brad.
The rat. Look at that face.
Look at that nose.
You want to smash it in with a hockey stick, actually. Sorry, that sounded violent. I don't mean to be violent.
JP touting violence. JP's next contestant on I Want to Punch Him in the Face was also on my list.
Oh, a duelist. Patrick Reed. Captain America.
Screw him.
Yeah. He's got that. That's actually a nice smile he's got, but just,
makes me want to punch him.
Brooding Patrick Reed walking down the fairway. Oh, my God. Yes.
And then I don't know where your hatred for this guy next on your list. This one threw me.
He's the original. The original face to punch. Bill Lambier. Oh, my God. Yes, he was the original face you wanted to punch.
Love Bill. I like everything about Bill Lambier except for he played at Notre Dame.
As a Lakers fan, I
love those bad boys.
Hated him. They destroyed the best. They destroyed the NBA for 20 years.
No, you're thinking of LeBron. You spelled LeBron wrong. Next on your list, JP, I think everyone will agree with this one.
My God,
Paul Feinbaum.
Yeah, and his meteoric rise.
God,
I don't. He's got some type of Lucifer thing going. I don't know what it is.
Have you seen pictures of him like in his 20s?
Yeah, he was like a good-looking dude.
Yeah. So what happened? I mean, I could say the same thing about myself, but
losing your hair will do that. I will tell you that.
Somehow I'm sexier, though, is what I hear.
But his whole demeanor in life just spells punch me in the face. Punch me in the freaking face.
Another guy that I've wanted to punch in the face since he played at Auburn. This idiot.
Oh, my God.
What the hell is he wearing?
Every time.
What the hell he's wearing?
He's such a face puncher that he made me actually say nice things about Warren Sapp when Sapp toasted him on his own podcast the other day. If you haven't seen that is one of the greatest things ever. He was busting on Brad Johnson, and Sapp was having none of it. And he's like, and I would be right there. And you don't bust on 10. You had more touchdown passes than Cam Newton. Damn right he did. And Sapp said, "You busted on my quarterback, my Super Bowl quarterback. When you were in the Super Bowl, you wouldn't even dive on a football that was right in front of you." Mm-hmm. He went on his own podcast. Sapp said it. Fantastic. Well
good
done.
for Sapp.
Yeah. Well
and
done.
then JP went outside of the sports world for a couple.
Well, he does a lot of post Super Bowl shows, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So when he's in the sports world, that
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh my God. That would be a punching bag fiesta right there. That face. Oh my God.
And then JP goes female. There's
I was ranking him, by the way. He would be number one.
Wait, where did she go? Oh, I got to reload this one because for some reason she found herself.
I say this: never hit a woman. Never, ever, 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 ever hit a woman.
No,
never.
But we can still want to punch one, especially this one.
And it's debatable whether she's a woman or not.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, the great.
And it's not debatable whether she's funny or not because she's not. Rosie,
never been funny.
And then JP goes.
That's a man, baby.
JP goes politics on us.
Well, I can't help it. Like the most punchable person in the history of the world.
I got to reload his picture too. That one fell off.
Yeah, this one just it came out of my ethos. I couldn't help it. But I'm like, I know it has nothing to do with sports, but it was just a must. I had to do it.
Hang on.
Come on. I mean,
we're getting there.
Big reveal.
It's not taking it. Hang on.
Just go find Jabba the Hutt.
That's what she said.
Let's go find Jabba the Hutt. Put it there. He is.
Jerry.
Wow, you got a duo right there. You got a
right. I got both of them.
You got in the background with Maxine Waters, Jerry Nadler, and Maxine Waters. Oh my Lord!
Look at that look on his face. He's like, "I dare you to hit me."
And the full body shots are even better.
Yeah, they are.
The full body shots of that guy. Like, how could you even vote for a guy like that? How many elections has this dude stolen? Unbelievable.
All right, JP, my list is a little shorter, maybe. And I have an honorable mention I have a couple of honorable mentions before I get to my my top 5. As I will throw honorable mention on Tim's list of the most punchable faces in sports. Travis Kelce.
Yes, 100%, especially with that mustache.
God.
Especially with that mustache.
And to be fair, I hated him before Taylor Swift came along. All right, I've never been a Kelce fan.
Right.
Never been on board with him. Other honorable mention, Kirk Herbstreit. My other honorable mention.
100%.
Didn't want to take up a top 5 on him, but he's definitely there. And then, of course, I
used to like him, too.
I did, too.
He's become so unlikable.
And then, of course, it didn't make my top 5, but he probably should have if I rethought it. This weirdo.
Fernando, man, I don't get this.
Yeah, no, I just want to hit him.
He might be AI, though. He might be the first robot.
Right? That's the greatest theory. All right, and since you took my golfer, I had to go with my second most hated golfer in the world.
Yeah.
For my list. This idiot.
Oh, yes.
Bill.
Yes.
I want to break his thumb, too. Can we break his thumb rather than punching him in the face?
Once again, this is not violent. This is all figuratively speaking.
Well, if he owes me money, I can break his thumb, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
He's a really bad gambler.
Yeah, that is a punchable face.
Number 4 on my list, JP, which is going to be weird because I literally have nothing against this guy. He's a super cool dude.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of his team, but I like him, and he's really good at his job. I just don't like his face. Ryan Day.
You know, that's an old picture.
That's before the beard. Yeah, I went pre-beard on purpose.
And the huge eye bags. How old is that dude? He cannot be old enough to have eye bags like grocery bags.
Well, think about his job, though. So I think that
he never sleeps. He looks like a vampire. He just never sleeps. Yeah.
Oh, Ryan Day. My number 3 on my list. I feel really bad for putting him on the list because he's no longer with us. But he was my most hated hockey player back in the 90s, JP.
Okay.
And his son played for my Stars and was maybe one of my favorite Stars players until he was just recently traded. Brian Marchment.
That's a punchable face right there. Oh,
he almost killed Mike Modano on the ice, boarding him, and his neck goes into the dashers on the behind the. Oh my God, it was a bad look.
Yeah, that is a punchable face. I don't even know.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Number 2 on my list, JP. That face.
That great picture.
Just that face, man. Get him out of here.
Punchable face. That picture does not.
Freaking Lane Kiffin.
That's just saying, hit me with a paddle.
Idiot.
Right across the forehead.
And then my number 1 most punchable face in sports, and it's been this way for a long time. I don't know if it's any surprise to anybody.
Nick Sirianni.
Named Nick Sirianni.
He doesn't move me like he moves you, but you're a Dallas fan, so
God, I hate everything about this human being right here.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good list. That's a good list. So I think the people are adding a few more. If you want to tag it with that.
Let me scroll up here. Yeah, everybody's agreeing. Cam Newton, Josh Rosen. Kind of out of football, but okay.
Yeah.
Norvell, except someone already gave him a black eye. Jake and Logan Paul.
Somebody took action on that one. Yep. No question about it.
And I've heard this.
We think it's Tony White, by the way, but nobody knows.
Carson Beck, the white Somalian. Yep.
Yes.
I've seen that before. Rick says Punch Cam Newton.
All the memes and videos on the Leering Center that are going around are just outstanding.
Rick says Punch Cam Newton, you might get poked in the eye by a feather in his hat. Yeah, that's freaking true. Michael LaRue, Bill Belichick.
Yes.
We have a vote for Bill O'Reilly. from Never Had a Chance.
Yes.
Travis Kelce and his boyfriend.
Big fan of his books. Yeah, see, Ashley said Taylor Swift too.
Oh, wow.
You
Okay.
can't punch Taylor Swift. You don't want to punch her in the face, do you?
I mean, I would. If I could get away with it, 100%, I would punch her in the I would punch Taylor Swift in the face and then kick her in the penis.
It's not sanctioned by this program whatsoever.
I wouldn't do it on the clock. I would do it off the clock.
Unsanctioned.
I would have to remove my badge. And now I'm just a normal dude kicking another dude in the crotch.
You're killing me.
Look, Buck in 0220, I agree with Kirk Herbstreit. I'm not going to punch his dog in the face. What's wrong with his dog?
Yeah, I saw that. Kirk in it. Don't punch the dog.
I don't mind his dog so much, but
Tally's like, don't punch the dog.
Yeah, I don't
punch
know.
him, but don't punch the dog, right, Tal? Right,
Nathan Elliott says Cam Jordan, Jonathan Vilma, and Jake Paul.
Yes. 3 for 3.
Yeah.
3 for 3. Although Jake Paul was nice to me. I like Jake Paul.
I still don't. I'm still not, you know what? I'm still not 100% who the hell he is. I don't know who he is or where he came from.
Even Sean Payton's wife thinks he has a punchable face.
Not wrong. Then finally, I thought we'd end on this, JP. This is a good spot to end it from Nathan a little bit earlier in the show. Let's go out and win it for Gene on Saturday.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit about this on Wednesday show or Tuesday show, wherever it was. For those of you who don't know, I worked with Gene for 7 years on the FSU radio network. 3 years of that, I traveled with him on Tobacco Road doing ACC basketball as the FSU basketball analyst. And really, I've been in this business for over 40 years, and those may be the best years of my life. It was so much fun working beside him, and he could not have been nicer because, frankly, I was hired more as a custodial of the broadcast to just make sure things. I wasn't there because of my talent. I know that. Although I have, I have a really good understanding of the game, and we did some really good stuff. But it was working with Gene and learning his play-by-play craft and just watching him, how he comported himself, and it could not have been nicer to me. Could not have been nicer to me. Just in everything he did, and his level of talent and emotion that he added to the game is just so special, And you'll never meet a nicer guy. You'll never meet a more talented person, a more down-to-earth, grounded person. I mean, you want to talk about a person who was, put up on a pedestal because of his job and who he is. You meet him in a coffee shop, you would never know. You just think he was just the nicest grandpa of ever.
Yeah.
You would not know he's one of the biggest celebrities in sports, in Florida, certainly. So, what a run, Gene. You're the best. It's been a fantastic run for you with the Buccaneers, 37 years. Of course, I think it was over 50 with FSU. So we love you, Gino. We'll see you Saturday, and we'll have a nice send-off for you, for sure. Although that might not be his last game.
No, if the Bucs win, we got to wait till the next day. If they lose, we'll know it was his last game.
Because I think he'll be doing the playoff game if they make it to the playoffs.
Because he said it at the end of the season is when he was going to retire. So, yeah.
All right, you Petermans, thank you for putting up with this incredibly mediocre show today from our homes. We'll be back.
That was one of our best.
Yeah, it was actually. We'll be back in the studio on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be there for Bucs tomorrow. Go Lightning, and we will see you on Monday.